Children are not things to be molded, but are people to be unfolded through acknowledgement, friendship, favor, influence, respect, and motivation. Affirm our children this Child Month and thereafter. I'm Theodore Henry, and this is how your Jamaica Magazine reads for today.
The Disabilities Act will protect the rights of all persons with disabilities. And here's a great teaching moment. Every person with a disability, like a deaf or hard of hearing child, for example, has the right to an education with accessible facilities and the support they need. In this case, it would be a teacher who can use the language of the deaf, which is sign language. Visit jcpdja.com. A message from the JCPD, an agency of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
We start things off with a look at this week's top news stories.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Both houses of Parliament voted this week to extend the state of public emergency for St. James until August 2. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the anti-crime measure was already yielding significant results for the parish.
Additionally, this has created the opportunity to gather information on gangs, find wanted persons, and develop the cases around the main facilitators of crime.
The Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, Audley Shaw, opened the sectoral debate in Parliament this week. Among his announcements were a $400 million special MSME production fund, a project to plant 5 million fruit trees over the next 5 years, and development works for the Hounslow and Spring Gardens agro-parks.
I want to make it very, very clear. Those who lease the lands in these parks that have been outfitted with infrastructure, use it or lose it. We cannot afford to have people leasing land and having that land with infrastructure lying idle while people need to get work.
The Development Bank of Jamaica has launched Phase 2 of its Ignite project to give financial support to small businesses.
We must allocate or make investments which will support our startups. And we need to enrich the MSME ecosystem. This is vital for our economic growth and development.
Government also partnered this week with the European Union and the Caribbean Development Export Agency to launch the Direct Assistance Grant Scheme, which will provide assistance to small and medium enterprises.
This administration will continue to take meaningful steps that will enable entrepreneurs to turn their ideas into reality and promote innovation and capacity building that will strengthen the sector.
On Monday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness distributed over 5,000 solar lamps to energy-poor communities in 7 constituencies. They are the first to benefit under the initiative, which was developed to reduce household fires by eliminating open flame lighting sources such as candles and lamps.
This program is not the entirety of the government's response. This is the start. This is going to be a pilot.
With support from the International Civil Aviation Organization, United Nations Development Program Global Environment Facility, the Norman Manley International Airport has introduced a solar system to supply electricity to aircraft parked at one of its terminal gates.
Some benefits of the IKO Solar Gate project includes elimination of carbon dioxide emission resulting from jet fuel powered onboard engines and traditional ground power units, reduction in greenhouse gas and approximately 53,000 kilograms annually, reduction in incidence of health problems from particle matters in fossil fuels, thus promoting a safer work environment.
The first of 12 parent places is now open at Emmanuel Chapel in Mount Salem, St. James to tackle and reduce violence among youth.
While it is true that there are many contributing factors to teenage delinquency and other forms of social dysfunction, the role of parents in shaping the values and attitudes of our children cannot be ignored.
Over 1,000 students pursuing Spanish in this year's CSEC examination will have their oral exam fees paid from a $1.5 million donation by the Spanish Jamaican Foundation.
What you're doing here is really an investment in Jamaica's long-term development. Ensure Jamaica can participate properly in this new globalized economy. This is an outstanding contribution and investment in the education and empowerment of the young people of Jamaica. Thank you again so much.
And finally, it was announced at this week's launch of Labor Day that health and education would be the main areas of focus for the March 23 activities. The St. Anne's Bay Infant School and Cumberland Road Health Center in St. Catherine have been identified as 2018's national projects under the theme, Ramp It Up, Fix It Up.
I want to urge all those who have projects in mind to register them at the ministry's website and on the GIS website as well. Our schools, our health centers, and our communities are our responsibility.
And those are some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
So here are the facts.
7 out of 10 Jamaicans die from a non-communicable disease.
Because we love our people and we want them to live better quality lives,
we, the Ministry of Health and our partners, are launching Jamaica Moves.
Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases.
By educating and encouraging Jamaicans to be active,
eat healthy,
and start living 30 minutes at a time.
Because 30 minutes of physical activity each day,
along with proper nutrition, can go a long way.
To prevent your risk from developing certain NCDs such as diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and certain cancers.
And remember, it's life we're promoting. That's why you see me going hard right now.
I'm all about living.
So help us take this first step towards a healthier Jamaica so you can enjoy more moments, more memories, more life.
Like common entrances for students these days, for the coming generations, many will only hear of GSAT, as it will be the predecessor of the primary exit profile. PEP takes effect in the year 2019. Common entrance, GSAT, PEP. This is the evolution of our primary academic landscape.
Since 1999, the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT has been the standard examination for primary school students to matriculate to secondary school. But after years of analyzing the challenges associated with GSAT, the government has formulated a new high school placement test for the nation's children. The Primary Exit Profile, or PEP, is aimed at providing a profile of where a student is academically by testing the entrance strengths, weaknesses, and readiness for grade 7.
PEP will assess students' knowledge in addition to placing increased emphasis on assessing students' skill of communication, critical thinking, and creativity.
The academic profile will be generated from grade 1 and will be aligned to the National Standards curriculum.
But the advantages of PEP include more accurate evidence-based information in terms of students' performance will be available. Students' completion of the curriculum and their progress will be monitored more regularly. More opportunities will be provided for teachers to identify students' strengths and weaknesses and therefore plan lessons to meet the specific needs of each student.
Unlike GSAT, which has 5 areas, PEP focuses on 3 key components: performance task, an ability test, and a curriculum-based test. Similar to school-based assessments, the performance task consists of real-world scenarios
that will require students to apply their knowledge and skills from the following subject areas: mathematics, science, language arts, and social studies.
Performance tasks will be administered in grades 4, 5, and 6 by the student's classroom teacher. The ability test will be sat in grade 6 and requires students to read analytically and use quantitative reading skills to respond to questions.
Ability tests generally assess students' aptitude in areas of numeracy, verbal and nonverbal ability, and abstract thinking ability. This will assess grade 6 content only, and in the areas of mathematics, science, social studies, and language arts. This test will consist of multiple choice items along with other structured and essay-type questions.
The ability test on the PEP will represent 30% of the final score, while the curriculum-based and performance tests will together account for 70% of the profile grade.
PEP will therefore be implemented on a phased basis. Students who are currently in grade 5 will be the first PEP cohort. They will, however, do only the grade 6 components in 2019.
The curriculum-based test will be administered in April 2019. Students currently in grade 4 will do their grade 5 performance task in 2019 and the ability and curriculum-based tests in 2020.
Students who are currently, however, in grade 3 will be the first cohort that will do the performance tasks from grade 4 up to grade 6. So therefore, those students who are currently in grade 3 will do their grade 4 performance task in 2019, grade 5 performance task in 2020, and of course, they will do the grade 6 components, including the abilities tests and the grade 6 performance task component in 2021.
Introducing students to critical thinking, creativity and communication from an early age through PEP is evidence of the government's commitment to providing students who are better equipped for the workforce.
The end game is that everyone, which is the aspiration, will graduate with the equivalent of an associate degree by the end of grade 13.
The Jonathan Grant High School students and faculty will be painting in color for their Spruce Up with Library 2018 Labor Day project. That's May 23, start time 8 a.m. Come out and join them as they create the perfect space to read, learn and connect, as reading, they say, maketh a full man. The Lay Magistrates Association of Jamaica, St. James and the Sweetwater Blossom Foundation are using music as an intervention in at-risk communities as they host a marching band competition. It's at the Catherine Hall Stadium on May 23 at 4 p.m. Come out and cheer on your community and unwind after your Labor Day projects. The Battle of the Bands, Labor Day. Trinity Moravian Church invites you to a sumptuous Mother's Day brunch. Come out on Sunday, May 13 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Immaculate Conception High. Join them for an occasion filled with delicious food and entertainment. Tickets are just $2,000. Celebrate Mom, your first friend, your best friend, and your forever friend. Do you have something to share on our notice board? Contact us at 876-922-8680 or send us an email at rcarty@gis.gov.jm.
Let's face it, in the list of favorite subjects, mathematics is not often a top contender. If, however, you have a teacher with enough enthusiasm, temperance, and creative approach as Miss Taylor, this may just change.
Oh, wow. that moment when I won. It's a coveted award to be known as the Mathematics Teacher of the Year, something that no one can take lightly. And it has helped me to grow as a teacher. And it has also helped me to become a resource person for my school, in that having the knowledge that I have gained from this competition, I'm now better able to coach or to assist the other teachers in my school and hopefully in the region one day.
Stacey Taylor made Hatfield Primary and Junior High School proud when she accepted the 2018 National Mathematics Teacher of the Year Award. The dedicated educator came by one of our think tank sessions recently and shared how she was able to cop this coveted award.
My philosophy as it relates to teaching mathematics is that it's not just about a body of knowledge, but it's more so about the process. So for me, I have my students discovering what I want them to learn. So no longer am I just telling them, but they are discovering. Also, I take into consideration that every child learns differently. So at the initial stages, I needed to find out how my children learn and so forth, cater to their differences in learning. So one of the main strategies that I would have been using is what we call differentiated instruction. That is where you cater to the learning styles of the different students along with using manipulatives. So manipulatives is really just hands-on things that they can use to build their own understanding of a particular concept.
Now Stacey, who has over 18 years of teaching experience, is looking forward to an all-expense-paid trip to the 2018 National Council of Teachers of Mathematics Conference. The April 26 event in Washington, D.C. is part of her prize package.
I hope that it will bolster my ability to teach mathematics. It will help me to come back now and to share what I have learned. And the most important thing I want to learn is how can I be a better teacher so that I can better my students' performance.
And what is her appeal to other math teachers in Jamaica?
We need to always aim at having the students form their own understanding of the concepts. So we need to move away from lecturing the children. We need to move away from simply telling them the formulas. Let them discover it for themselves, because once they discover it for themselves, it will never leave them. Continue to let the students discover. Let them have fun. Keep them engaged, and we will see a change in performance.
Newborn babies are known for so many things. They're cute, they're cuddly, they're life-changing, they're angelic, quiet, sometimes. But this is rare. They are generally known for their loud, piercing, and to some, heartwarming cries. And would you believe me if I told you that there's a word for that? Vagitus. Vagitus is the cry of a newborn baby. So what about when grown man and woman cry? What is it that we do? Bawl? Well, not really. That's just our Jamaican dialect, just like our Saturday soup.
Mommy?
Yes, Zoe?
Can we read this book? It will only take 10 minutes.
Sure, sit down. Every spring, Madame Angel Wing arranges.
Do you have 10 minutes? Read with your child today. Reading with your children for just 10 minutes each day helps develop their language and listening skills, stimulates their imagination, and expands their understanding of the world. So, start reading with your child today.
Kindness may it precede you, stay after you, speak for you, and live through your random acts.
So many times we sit and we talk and we say, hey, I would love for Jamaica to be this kind of place, but what are you really doing? What type of Jamaica do you want to see?
We're hoping to use art to teach Jamaica that it's not the thunder that grows the flower, it's the gentle rain. We want Jamaica to stop thundering for everything and start to put forth gentle rain, especially in the lives of our youth.
This gentle rain is the Acts of Random Kindness initiative being put forward by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, a program that inspires and encourages expressions of kindness.
Our project comes out of our youth empowerment and mentorship program, where we're teaching our youngsters to know themselves, to know their purpose, to understand that it is important to cultivate attitudes of kindness, gratitude, and respect, as well as to put themselves on a good destiny, a life path.
The Youth Empowerment and Mentorship Program uses the iPad Summer Camp to teach resilience and social skills to children from at-risk communities.
If we can show you an act of kindness when you were young, if you were to reciprocate this act of kindness to somebody else, what a wonderful Jamaica this could be.
We saw a youth leader in the camp who decided to take responsibility for the lack of a belt on one of his team's part and said, you know what, you have my belt and I will then take the responsibility for the consequences. It's like an evolution and a revolution all at once, because they made revolutionary changes to their behaviors as opposed to when they just came on day one, day two, and you could start to see them evolving into being kind and gentler youth.
Action means identity, purpose, attitude, and destiny. So with the attitude, you have I'll show respect, kindness, and gratitude. It's important because most youths are growing up in very disturbing societies where a level of kindness and love isn't shown. So the camp actually gives us that love that is missing from our lives and help us to reflect this on others as well.
We want our youth to do tangible acts of random kindness, to be kindness ambassadors in their schools and communities. This will in turn raise the awareness in adults that they too should be agents of change.
We are challenging Jamaica to engage in a very self-conscious way in acts of random kindness amongst adults and towards our children. We want you to think kind, Jamaica. We want you to act kind. We want you to be kind.
I am ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. You have to have kindness in your heart. You have to be compassionate towards people. Some persons really need it. A little act of kindness sometimes motivates somebody else.
So we want our youngsters at school, at home, and at play to think kind, act kind, and be kind. It is a message that needs to be self-conscious.
We are inviting you, youth, adults, business places, to take up your link in the chain and bring this initiative to life. Respond with smiles, hugs, positive affirmations, and acts of kindness to transform relationships in homes, schools, the workplace. Transform relationships right across Jamaica.
If we want a kinder, gentler Jamaica, where all of us want to live, work, and raise family, it is important that each and every one of us start to think about the words that we speak to our children. Start with a kind word. Start by giving a smile and saying good day. Start by saying thank you. Start by giving a hug. Where you can, be a mentor. Just listen to their concern. Show that you have some degree of understanding and empathy.
Be conscious, be aware. The cost to being kind is a state of mind.
In spite of all our differences, along with all our problems, I believe. And despite the crime and violence and men and women country. I believe that we can join our hands and make a difference in Jamaica. I believe that we can make a change and spread a belief of hope across our country. I believe that we can join our hands and make a difference in Jamaica. I believe.
The month is still young, so continue to set and be the standard for our children. Share with us on our social media pages some of the simple ways you can positively impact a child, be they family, stranger, or friend. And don't forget, it's your duty to look out for the child who may be experiencing abuse. Make a report to the Office of the Children's Advocate or your nearest police station. This is one sure way you can secure the future for you and yours. I'm Theodore Henry. Keep looking out, and thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.